213 Rock with Harrag Melodica on Vinylestimes Classic Rock Radio.
Go. Hell yeah, on your web rock station on Vinylestimes, the classic rock radio en direct ce soir. Le groupe Vented, Mr. Sean Zatorsky of Vented. Hi Sean, nice to meet you.
Hey man, nice to meet you.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good actually. Just kind of getting my afternoon started here in Atlanta.
Ok, et donc en direct du côté des États-Unis, Sean Zatorsky, le chanteur, il a fait quand même pas mal de choses dans sa carrière. Il y a eu DAF, il y a eu Chimera, il y a eu Sensineum, il y a beaucoup de choses en tout cas. Il est assez connu, Sean Zatorsky, avec sa voix assez spéciale. Et là, donc, il vient pour présenter ce soir en direct les titres, enfin le prochain album Cruelty and Corruption sur 213 Rock Vinylestimes, le Classic Rock Radio. So, Sean, the name of the web rock station is Vinylestimes Classic Rock Radio, based in Paris, France. As you know, my name is Harrag Melodica. The name of the show is 213 Rock, and I'm very happy for talking to you on air because you are in Paris tonight, in France.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Le groupe Vented, le groupe américain Vented sortira son premier album courant de fin de cette année. Il s'intitulera Cruelty and Corruption. So, Sean, the international press and media are talking about your band as a supergroup. Huh? Hey, that must be very exciting, I guess.
Dude, it's really good, man. I guess the way this all came together was kind of out of the blue, and it's turned out to be one of my favorite projects. So, I'm very excited for it.
Ouais, effectivement, la presse en ce moment internationale, elle est dithyrambique concernant Vented, puisqu'ils sont partout en termes de news. La presse présente son groupe. D'ailleurs, je vais vous quand même commenter le line-up comme un super groupe. Le groupe est composé quand même de Sean Zatorsky en direct ce soir, de Gergo Hajer à la guitare et à la basse. Il y a Austin Damon à la batterie et Simon Bondar donc au clavier et au sample. C'est un superbe line-up en tout cas, bien fondé autour de groupes. Effectivement, il y a autour des groupes qui sont autour de tout ça. Devil Driver, il y en a qui jouent chez par exemple Gergo qui joue chez Omega Die Tribe et puis White Tiger, donc il y a des noms en tout cas au sein de ce line-up. C'est une bande de potes. And originally with Vented, you started working on your first album in 2021 with the mighty Joey Jordison, Slipknot drummer, but as everyone know, due to the unfortunate tragedy, Austin Diamond came on drums to keep Joey's legacy alive.
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice to work with him. I mean, obviously, we kind of had a little bit of downtime for Sensatum. We had already kind of discussed working on the next album, and then Greg had reached out to me and asked me to do a song, and we kind of did a few songs, and they came out so well, we started to do more songs, and then we ended up doing an album. And then we were looking for a drummer, and, I just reached out to Joey, and, he was fully on board. I sent him a few tracks. He gave us some ideas. We kind of started spitballing names for the project.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually the one that came up with the title. He helped come up with the logo. He helped basically create the actual font for the logo as well. So he had quite a few hands in it. And then we gave him a track to work on. And, he had started to work on it, but then unfortunately it wasn't too long after he had passed. It was only about 2 weeks later he had passed. So obviously the idea was to keep the legacy alive. We kept the name, even though it's very close to Vented. It was something that we had to. It's just you can't change the name, man. When he helped name it, so we just stuck with it.
Effectivement, c'est au cours de l'année 2021 que effectivement Joey Jordison et Sean Zatorsky donc ont commencé à travailler sur ce groupe. Joey a eu plusieurs idées, notamment en termes de suite du groupe, en termes de logo. Il a travaillé tout le côté artistique du groupe. Il a aussi travaillé sur des titres, sur les noms. Il a donné beaucoup de choses que, en fait, il a voulu garder après sa disparition tragique notamment. Et puis donc il a voulu tout garder. Et pour ça, en même temps, il y a eu un batteur qui est arrivé, donc juste après Joey, qui est Austin Diamond, qui a gardé ce lien. Tout le travail de Joey qui l'a poursuivi, et puis Austin Diamond il tape vraiment bien sur ces titres déjà qu'on connaît. And I was present in Paris during the show of Cincinnati in September 2018 on the Berge, not far from the Eiffel Tower. I remember that show of Cincinnati.
What was the venue? Which one?
The Flow, I think. It was in the Barge, on the Barge. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do actually. I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah,
it was a good show, man.
Yes.
It was good times.
Yes, it was not far away of Eiffel Tower. I remember that. It was in the Barge. Yes, I remember the Barge.
Yeah, the barge. Yep, exactly.
Yes.
I remember the barge. Yeah, and that's actually a really good venue.
Yes.
I enjoyed that quite a bit. Yeah, you could see the Eiffel Tower from it. Yeah, absolutely.
Et effectivement, je me souviens du show à Paris de Sensineum, le premier, avec Stéphane Buriez notamment. Et puis c'était à Paris, donc c'était en septembre 2018. C'était sur une péniche pas très loin de la Tour Eiffel. And I remember a special moment on that day, just after the show. Joey had come to see the fans outside for the signing section. Joey was absolutely a nice guy.
Oh yeah, man, he was always there. He was always there for the fans. Like, so many people came out to see him, and
yes.
Like we would come out of some of the shows. I think it was in Ross when we played, and somebody had an entire table set up with everything he's ever done, and Joey took the time to sign everything for the guy. So he was a sweetheart, man.
Ouais, effectivement, c'était un grand moment. Je me souviens très bien de cette partie-là où Joey Jordison est venu, il a signé tous les fans qui étaient dehors. Il est venu comme ça, tout simplement. Il a improvisé une signing session outside, et puis c'était vraiment sympa. Et puis il y a plein d'histoires autour de ça, en tout cas. Et Sean, il en a un excellent souvenir. And Sean, Requiem to Myself was the first music video available on YouTube since on last June 17 with 40,000 views. Cool. What a great feedback from your fans. Great feedbacks from your fans.
The feedback has been really good, actually. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people, obviously, it sounds like Slipknot for a reason, because we tried to make it kind of sound like that. But, I that was always a huge influence on me. And, when we wrote a lot of those songs, we kind of wrote them with Joey in mind. So I think that's kind of why they have that feel and that vibe. But a lot of positive feedback, man. I mean, honestly, it's probably one of the few projects I've done where just about every single comment I read is a positive comment. So it went off good, man. I'm impressed that it was able to achieve such a high view count with no label, no support, just, randomly putting up a video on the internet.
Ouais, effectivement, qu'il est totalement impressionné par le feedback des fans. Il n'y a pas de label derrière, ils font tout eux-mêmes. Il est très impressionné en tout cas. And some great feedback like this, some of your fans said, new band and a new good song too. Congratulations, I love your music. Another one said, can't wait to hear more for the album. Another one said, brilliant song. Wow. It's great. Fantastic feedback for you.
Yeah. Great feedback though. I mean, especially like I said, because I've been putting out projects for years, and I mean, even projects where other people are involved, and it doesn't even touch 40,000 views, and the same for the end game. I mean, I can't believe that hit over 100. So I don't know, especially again with no label and no support and no touring.
Yes. And regarding the second single, The End Game, this track is super heavy and catchy with a special voice, with both dark and insane at the same time.
Yeah. It's now that was kind of the idea. Like when I heard the song, when Greg sent it to me, I instantly was like, we need to make this like a B-side from Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the first ones I actually showed to Joey, was that one. And there's a song on the album called Vitriolic, which is very much like Heretic Anthem. So, but in our own style, which I think is kind of cool. It like kind of brings a fresh guitar tone to that classic album. But I mean, it's not like we were trying to rip off anybody or do that. It's just, our influences are obviously showing. That's about the best way I can put it.
Effectivement, non, ce n'est pas un pompage, ce n'est pas un rip-off, non, totalement, c'est vraiment un titre à eux. Il y a eu quelques critiques sur ce titre, mais en tout cas, c'est un super titre, bien heavy, bien catchy, avec une double voix, un côté dark, côté insane, et en même temps, c'est très frais au niveau des guitares, quoi. And Sean, you sing In the Glass Jar on My Shelf, A Faded Dream. Because yes, I think the video is an ecological denunciation. You want to our way of life destroy this world. You're sending a message.
I think it's just a lot about past and things that have happened, and it's like looking on particularly my own shelf in my room where I have memories and things that I've collected throughout the years. And it can be really translated to anything, but it's weird how a lot of the stuff kind of after Joey passed all seemed to relate to him. But it really isn't that way. It was, like trying to become a musician or something. It's like you have this dream and you're looking at it and you're constantly staring at it, and you let the dream fade because you don't continue and you doubt yourself. That's kind of what the Requiem for Myself was, like a sad song for yourself, basically.
Effectivement, c'est une chanson assez triste, avec effectivement des paroles assez fortes, comme il est In the Glass Jar on My Shelf, A Faded Dream. Ça signifie dans le bocal, situé sur mon étagère, avec un rêve à peu près fané. Donc c'est des paroles qui sont assez tristes. Donc il voulait aussi ce côté écologique où il dénonce pas mal de choses en tout cas. And that always on the track, The End Game. As I said, your voice is divided in two parts, between clear and aggressive. Musically, it's very modern and a metal sound. It's very cool because Austin Diamond plays like a crazy.
Yeah, dude, Austin is he's an insane drummer. I think he really did, a good homage to Joey. And the vocal style is something that I do a lot. Or I will do singing and I'll put screaming under it, and I'll try to mix it up, but I kind of like it to sound like eerie, and I like it to sound kind of creepy, and I feel like sometimes I'm able to achieve that by doing those two voices or three voices at the same time. I like to mix in some death, but my metal vocals, I like to do a little singing, and then I like to do a little screaming,
Ouais, effectivement, il y a plusieurs parties de voix, à la fois deaf, à la fois screaming, à la fois clear. Ça, c'est ces techniques de voix qui sont tout à fait écoutables en tout cas, et c'est très porté. C'est vraiment très bien fait. En tout cas, il a une très très belle technique. And always same and great feedback from your fans too for this music video. Wow, awesome, man, awesome. And something like,
man, I appreciate it.
Yes, and something like 100,000 views. Wow, it's great. It's going up.
Yeah, well, 100,000 on that video, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not something I could have ever predicted. It's not something that typically happens. I mean, even some of this Insanum stuff didn't even hit that many views, so I don't know. I really don't. I don't get it. People just must have liked the song. It hit the right algorithms, but I'm happy. It's not, if anything, it makes me happy for what's to come. We're trying to hopefully get some sort of a distribution deal so we can make the CD and actually put out physical copies. But Greg and I have pretty much already written the entire second album. I mean, I think we're like 8 songs into the second album. Okay. And it's even heavier than the first shit. You know, it's like, man, it's crazy.
Effectivement, It's Crazy, hein, 100 000, en tout cas 100 000 vues, je peux vous dire, hein, c'est déjà bien, avec 0 support, très très peu de promo, mais qui ne fonctionne très bien, c'est très bien ciblé en tout cas, le travail est très bien fait, quoi. Et c'est très intéressant, en tout cas, il est très très heureux. Hein. And on your third music video, My Desire, there is a fan who wrote one of the best metal songs I've ever heard so far here. He's talking about My Desire. Wow, I think he's right. Do you agree?
It's always funny. My perception of what's good and what isn't good is always different. Whenever I make music, I'm always like, this is going to be the one that everyone likes, and that's not the one anybody likes. So yeah. I guess I just don't even know anymore. Mm-hmm. I do love all of them, because I made them all, but there's so many others that are my favorite on the record that haven't even come out. So It's tough for me to be like, it's my favorite ever.
Ok, effectivement, que le single My Desire est top. Il y a même un fan qui a écrit certainement un des meilleurs titres qu'il a entendu, en tout cas sur YouTube de metal. Ouais, ce titre il déchire, My Desire. D'ailleurs, on l'aura en sortie d'interview. Je pense qu'il est tout à fait d'accord. All the instruments are real on this 3 singles. Okay, very natural sound for a real impact. You work with Ashka at the Vacamara studio in France. His music is strong and aggressive. What did you like about Ashka?
Well, he did the Sinsanum record, yes. And I like that. We kind of tried to do our own mix and master on it, but when he sent it back, it just sounded so raw, and it had this. It just had this aggressive nature to it, because I guess he brought different levels up that we weren't. Like, we may bury the guitars a little more, or we may bury the bass in the mix, but he kind of brought everything to the front and center. He cranked the samples up, and he made the vocals just sound, just so powerful. Just all about mixing, and EQing. So that was, when he gave us his test mix back, it was like, dude, we gotta go to HK.
Effectivement, HK il travaille super bien. Il y a un côté brut de coffre, en tout cas. Ça, vous pouvez l'entendre sur les titres. Le mix, en tout cas, il est brut. Ça, c'est vrai que c'est fort. C'est très très fort et c'est puissant à la fois. Il adore son travail. Il a amené tous ses titres à un niveau très supérieur, avec des samples aussi très puissants. Non, HK bosse super bien et son choix, il le regrette pas. En tout cas, il est très heureux de travailler avec lui. Et c'est vrai, beaucoup de groupes, ça tire effectivement le travail. Ils souhaitent travailler avec HK. Je pense qu'il doit être très demandé et c'est quand même rare depuis l'étranger avoir un producteur français de ce niveau-là. En tout cas, on le remercie pour tout le travail qu'il fait. C'est énorme, c'est reconnu et c'est mondialement, et c'est ça qui est bien, quoi. Donc en fait, le son métal français est peut-être en train de se développer à l'international, et ça fait plaisir. Ce mec, vraiment, il est très très fort. Et j'espère qu'un jour on l'aura en direct dans 213 Rock, Vinylestimes, Classic Rock Radio. And about the album, do you know when it's the date release? Do you have the date release exactly? Because I didn't find it yet.
Well, no, we have not, because we were kind of waiting to see what we would do with, like we were trying to shop it to a label, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I just want to get it out there, so I don't really care about a label as much as I do just having physical media, so that's why we were kind of looking either into a label or like some sort of distribution deal.
Ok, effectivement, pour le moment, il n'y a pas encore de date. Ils attendent de voir ce qui va se passer. Peut-être qu'un label va venir, peut-être, je sais pas. Enfin, en tout cas, pour le moment, c'est pas le plus important. Ils attendent de voir ce qui se passe. Ils ont déjà distribué 3 titres. And more go surprise on the next tracks coming soon?
Wait, what'd you say about the surprise? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm talking about more good surprise about some next tracks coming soon.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. I mean, the next track is going to be even heavier. I'm not sure which one we're going to do. I kind of have an idea. I mean, I'd like to do Vitriolic. I'd like to do what was the other one called? A New Trend. But I guess we'll have to see what. I think we want to try to at least get something under our belt or something in talks before we do another one. But I mean, we have so many songs.
Okay.
I mean, the album itself, I believe, has like 14 tracks.
Okay.
And then. Like I said, we already have 8 written for the new one, so we have so much music to release.
Okay.
So much music to release. But yeah, hopefully soon I'll know that, yeah.
Allez, bonne information, l'album contiendra donc 14 titres, donc il l'a dit, pour l'instant ils le sortent pas, ils attendent de voir ce qui va se passer. Il y a un nouveau single, effectivement, encore un autre titre qui devra arriver incessamment sous peu. En tout cas, lui, il est très très heureux de tout ce travail, Il y a de bons feedbacks, il y a de bonnes réactions, et ça, c'est ce qu'il souhaitait dès le départ, quoi, en tout cas. And any shows planned for 2023, for next year?
Any what? I'm sorry?
Any shows planned for 2020?
Well, no, unfortunately not. I'm so busy with music at the moment. Like, I am just completely swamped. Doc is in the talks, with a couple labels at the moment. And then also, we will record the next Insanum album, also in like the next coming months. Okay. And then also finishing the new Vented album. That's that's so much music, man. So unfortunately there won't be any tours at the moment. I mean, we did, put in for a possible couple festival shows. So, just keep on the lookout. Those may happen if we can get everyone together in the same room at the same time. Then of course we would definitely, play a few shows. And I'm not sure which ones he's spoken to, but he did submit us, because they asked for what would it take to get you guys here. So I think at this point we would just need to figure out some logistics.
Ok, pour l'instant c'est pas encore d'actualité pour parler des shows pour l'année prochaine, parce qu'ils sont très très occupés avec leurs groupes respectifs, donc tout le monde était très occupé avec les albums et en studio. Ils ont eu le temps juste de faire Vented, mais never say never, on ne sait jamais, peut-être qu'un jour il y aura des propositions de festivals, etc. Ils diront pas non, ça dépendra en tout cas tout des plannings. En direct ce soir dans 213 Rock Vinylestimes, le Classic Rock Radio, Sean Zatorsky, la Vented, Cruelty and Corruption, l'album, il vous donnera la date très précisément lorsqu'il sortira. L'album contiendra 14 titres. Vous pouvez retrouver le groupe donc sur Facebook, sur Instagram, sur Twitter et sur YouTube. C'est très intéressant comme musique. Sean, thank you very much for this live interview tonight. Do you have a message for the audience, please?
I appreciate all the support, and listening to the music. Definitely check it out if you never have. It's very heavy, and it's definitely my baby. It's something that I've put a lot of time and a lot of emotions into, and you can definitely hear that. And there's also a lot of Joey influences across it. So, give the video a shout, or give, comment on it, or, just say that you heard from the radio station so that we know that, people do care and that they're out there listening.
Okay, Sean, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for the live interview tonight on 213 Rock Vinylestimes, Classic Rock Radio. Sounds good, man.
All right, man. Take care. I really appreciate it.
Ok, tout de suite on continue en musique dans 213 Rock Vinylestimes, le Classic Rock Radio, My Desire, qui sera suivi par Requiem for Myself pour terminer l'émission. 213 Rock Vinylestimes, your Classic Rock Radio.
Take it with us, barely able to thrive.
Hell yeah, on your web rock station, on Vinylestimes, the classic rock radio, Vented, My Desire, 213 Rock Vinylestimes, the classic rock radio. Sean Zatorsky était en direct il y a quelques minutes pour vous présenter le prochain album Cruelty and Corruption qui disposera donc de 14 titres en attendant la date release. Continuons et terminons la soirée avec Requiem for Myself, toujours Vented, 213 Rock. Hell yeah, on your web rock station on Vinylestimes, the classic rock radio Vented. Pour terminer la soirée, Requiem for Myself. J'espère que vous avez passé un excellent moment en notre compagnie. En tout cas, c'était vraiment cool. J'ai vraiment apprécié ce soir. Et puis, Sean Zatorsky, c'est quand même un monsieur. Hein. Il a chanté quand même chez DAF. Je m'en souviens très très bien de ça. C'était sorti, je crois que c'était Roadrunner il y a quelques temps déjà. Et voilà, vous l'avez entendu, il est très occupé par la musique qu'il est en train d'écrire en ce moment. Concernant une tournée pour Vented, il faudra attendre, voir comment le jeu se passe. Merci en tout cas pour l'interview, c'était cool. Et en même temps, ce soir, donc on a eu quand même 3 titres, à la baguette de 3 titres concernant ce prochain album Cruelty and Corruption, 213 Rock Vinylestimes de Classic Rock Radio. Donc voilà, c'est terminé pour ce soir. On se retrouve demain soir 20h pour toujours plus de musique, une playlist de ouf que je vais vous préparer ça dans la soirée. Et puis n'oubliez pas de parler de Vinylestimes à vos amis, tout simplement en leur demandant de télécharger l'appli Vinylestimes, mais aussi de visiter le site vinylestimes.fr pour aller voir, pour être au courant de toutes les news, des podcasts et des chroniques d'albums. Tout ça, c'est géré par le doc himself. Oh yeah, merci encore. Rendez-vous demain soir 20h. Ciao ciao.